Welcome to the Emotional Fitness Club podcast. We are just 10 minutes away from a great day every day. Today's Focus Friday, and as you know, that means we're going to be doing a mindfulness activity or a visualization or something where we're connecting and building that connection between our head and our heart, our mind and our body, right? Our intuition, so to speak. Connecting rather than disconnecting. Most people have been taught their whole life to continually shut down, to continually disconnect, to continually cover up, mask over, armor up. And our job is to pull back the layers and show people more of our authentic self as we become more safe and calm in ourselves. So, based on this theme of this week of strength and inner strength, and again, today is all about glimmers, seeing those little tiny moments, those little positives, those little hidden, like, feel goods. Life's good, people are good, the world's good. Um, there's opportunity, there's growth. That's real beauty. People are wonderful, that sort of thing, right? So our E-WOD, our check-in for the day is identify a strength that you've relied on recently. How does this strength make you feel in your body when you draw on it? So when you think about a strength, now you can think about any strength, one that you've naturally had, right? Or one that you've recently acquired or something that you've picked up on. So from a personal point of view, this is one that I've just thought of in this last week where I was really proud of myself. It's something that I've built over the years as I've become so much more safer and grounded in myself, is this ability to take ownership and accountability for when I've put my shit on somebody else, right? So this feeling that, okay, I'm feeling irritated and I'm feeling anxious and I'm feeling almost angry and tense. And when that happens, normally what our ego does is go, it's not you, it's not you. And it puts it off there. It's amazing. It's like, that's mum, or that's my partner, or that's my kids, or that's that can shit house customer. And one of the things that we want to, as we move into this becoming completely accountable and aligned, is to be able to take and feel that and go, okay, where is that me? Where's that highlighting something in me? And that is a real strength of mine, or something that I feel like if I had to give myself a rating out of 10 when I was a teenager, I would give it 0. And right now I'm just feeling so strong and calm, and I feel it makes me feel so good when I can notice it, and not only notice it, but then go, okay, well, which part of that's me, right? And then to be able to release that very quickly and reframe it. And it's almost like I get like this. So when I'm feeling into this strength, because the different strengths, if there was but this strength, it almost makes me giggle inside. Like when I find it in myself, when I find where my ego's been trying to protect me, I'm like, it's almost like a giggle, like, you sly little fucker, right? Like, because it does. It's always trying its best to protect you, just like a parent does, and it doesn't want you to see that I'm actually I'm scared in this moment, or I'm really overwhelmed right now. It doesn't want that. It wants to say, you're not listening to me, or you're not showing me what I want, or etc. Right? And so when you find it, when it's like, aha, I see why I'm so tense at the moment. It's like my body sort of just like, it's like a sense of happiness, a sense of like it's like a giggle inside, and it feels good. And every time I do it, because one, my ego is, no matter how safe you get, your ego is always going to be doing this. That's its job, right? Project the future, make sure that we're going to be safe, and keep us away from safe, keep us from away from pain, try and make us feel pleasure, right? Again, sometimes when we're not really safe and we don't have this great trust with our inner child, it does it quite meanly. It can be a real mean parent. But as it gets quite safe and nice, it's always still going to be there. It's always looking out for you, and it's going to try, based on your patterns, to always just push it off. And your job is to catch it and go. And the more safe you get, the more aware you get, the more you practice this, the faster you get at it. It's just like sometimes just like it pulls you off for a second. You're like, I know that pattern, right? So identify a strength that you've relied on recently. How does this strength make you feel in your body when you draw on it? So that's the saying. Mine it feels it's a giggle. It's like a lightness. It's a happiness. So I want you to think about that now, and we're gonna again, not if you're driving. Keep your eyes open if you're driving, but if not, you can close your eyes down, breathing in through the nose always and out through the nose. When we're thinking breathing, right? We're thinking neutral spine. Can my posture be? If I'm over like this, tight, that's anxious breathing. That's saying not safe, right? So neutral spine, we want to belly breathe. Big exhale, belly expands, squishes our vagus nerve, sends the message up to our brain that we are calm and we are safe. In through the nose, adds some nitric oxide, allows us to more efficiently add oxygen to the blood, right? So it's all about getting, having the most efficient system, getting the most bang for our buck when we breathe. And then we want that slow exhale, a longer exhale than our inhale. Again, just seems to add that extra length of Okay, so closing down the eyes in through the nose, out through the nose. And on every exhale, we always just want to use that exhale because it is a release, right? It's a drop. Just let the tension drop. Let that stress drop, the nervous energy drop. And what we're trying to do is just feel like we're grounding. We're coming back down into ourselves. On that inhale, we're allowing, we're refocusing. If our mind's taken us somewhere else, like, thank you, brain, I understand that. Thank you for keeping me safe. Now come back. And then exhale, just let it drop. Let the energy drop, let it go. We just create this beautiful wave of awareness and release. Present moment release. And one of the most awesome things in the Emotional Fitness Club I want to share with everyone is these customizable breath tracks where we're going to be allowing you and giving you tracks that align to your personal breath rate. So you don't have to think about it. You're just like, I'll just breathe and allow myself into this beautiful rhythm without having to remind myself. And if I get caught out, I'll just come back to the beat, come back to the sound. And then eventually that sound fades out and we're just in this beautiful, regulated breath. And, modern society, for the most part, it sets us into this more anxious state, this more fast breathing, this more activated state. So, that's why we really only need 5 minutes, 10 minutes of this breath work, and it just resets our whole nervous system. It's a great management technique, a great way to cultivate this green zone, this calm state, this regenerative state that we want. So now I want you to really breathe in and feel this moment, this strength that you've relied on recently. Wherever you had a moment of strength or an extended period of strength, how, when you notice this strength and are grateful for this strength and you are aware that, if you're struggling right now, I want you to see if you've got a lot of anxiety, anxiousness, worry, it's actually a strength, right? Because your brain is there constantly projecting, constantly focusing on a fear in the future. It's trying to keep you safe and it's doing a right job based on the files in the past. It's there and it's working for you. Maybe that's your strength, to be able to manage such constant worry and still get stuff done. Still be there for your family. Still show up as best you can. Still trying to eat your best. Still working out. That's a real strength, right? Not everyone can do that. When worry gets high for some people, they fall in a hole. Are you still able to show up? That's a strength. When you've got a lot of stuff going on in your life and you're still able to be present in the moment with your children, when you're able to be present in conversations with others, when you um, put the needs of others first, or even are just considerate of others. It's a beautiful moment last week where our nanny was sick, and just my wife, just naturally or whatever, she's had quite a big week of work and with the kids, but she put together a little care package, even though the nanny, and just it was just like, that's a real strength of hers, right? To be able to think of others and to care for others and look out for them even when she's got a lot of her stuff going on. So, I mean that's something that builds communities. That's something that brings people together. That's something that makes people feel seen, feel accepted, feel acknowledged, feel respected. It's a real strength. So imagine feeling into that strength. You breathe in, and as you breathe in, you bring that moment to life. And you start to pay attention to where you feel that in your body. And just like many moments, they're multifaceted, multi-layered, multi-emotioned, multi-sensations. You might find that you've got conflicting or um, um, multiple sensations in that same moment. There may be this feeling of strength, like I'm so proud of that, but also there may be some tension somewhere because of the challenge you're going through or the feeling that that embraces. And it's just like to understand and to feel that polarity and still be able to breathe in and sit with that is something quite beautiful, right? It's like, I can feel that. I can feel how strong I feel, but I also feel that tension of, I wish I didn't have to do it in this moment, or I don't know. Just breathing in. Noticing how it feels in your body. Just starting to scan, starting from your feet, gently scanning up your body, just noticing any sensations that may be minor to the first ones you noticed. You need to just gently connect with the most pleasant, the strongest, the most pleasing emotional sensation or sensations in your body and focus on that and where it is. Just trying to feel into that, feel into if that area has a color, if it has a shape, if it has a texture, if it has a temperature. Seeing if it's soft or hard, round, square, sharp, dull. Finding the borders, where it extends to, where it stops. Just breathing into that. This strength, this strength that's within you that you can now connect with. I want you to anchor this down to your core, feeling like this strength in yourself is able to ground you. It's able to bring you back on center. It's able to connect you to yourself. Just building that connection, feeling into it. How this strength to just start to build out this foundation of self love, self worth, self respect. self-acceptance. Hmm. It's allowing yourself to sitting in that strength, that calmness, that foundation, but then the lightness that extends up around the body when we're able to feel into these glimmer-based emotions and sensations. Hmm. Good to notice our strength. We're a lot stronger than we often give ourselves credit for, right? So take that with you. Have a great day. Take that strength into the weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.